It's time for another Dice Tower review with Barry.
Hello and welcome to Board Games Everybody Should ... My name is Boring Barry, and today's game, well, not today's game because tomorrow I'll be playing something else, but today's game is I bought on a whim because I know there's a game on the internet at the moment which is very, very, very popular. In fact, it seems like 90% of the population up is playing this game. Well, 90% of my friends on Facebook are playing this game. Well, I have 5 friends, so yeah. So yeah, that game I'll show you is Candy Crush. Yes, it's the game where you put candy together like that and like that. Oh, it's hot here. And more candy falls down. Now, on a whim, I went to the shop and I bought some honey and some tacos and some anchovies, and I bought this game, Colour Pop, because it's a game that very much emulates and stimulates the same senses of the Candy Crush. You know, that game which people just seem to lose hundreds of hours in just by moving the streets. Yeah, so I bought this, and as you can see, it hasn't won any awards of any sort. And I bought this in hope that my 4.5 friends would come round and play this because they seem to like the Candy Crush thing. So I'm not going to talk anymore because I might pass you over to someone a bit more interesting to explain how this game works. This is the beautiful game of Colour Pop. As you can see, it's very... No, it's not. There we go. You can see it's very colourful. Right, at the beginning of the game, players will be taking a secret roll, sorry, not a secret roll, but a secret colour from these secret colour things. So, for example, I take this one, and it's pink. Okay. The object of the game is for the player to remove all of their colour from the board. Nice and simple, hey? Well, there is an exception to that simpleness. Okay, you can only remove colours from the board if there are 2 or more of them connected, vertically or horizontally, one or the other. So, for example, I could remove these 2 greens, just like that, and then I'd collect those and put them in front of me, and then I could remove, oh look, 3 yellows there. So players will take turns removing colours of 2 or more together, and hopefully at the end of the game the board will be completely empty of their colour. Now, these white ones are jokers, they're wild, so they could be anything. So in this case it could be 2 yellows, or in this case it could be 3 pinks. As you can see, everything just tumbles down beautifully. If at any stage during the game a line is empty like so, for example, you remove it and you just move the rest of the board all together so it conjoins. Nice and simple, eh? So, as I said, at the end of the game finishes when either one player has removed all of their secret colour from the board, or if there's a stalemate and there's no more colours to remove, it goes into counting up how many of their colours are left on the board. I just wanted to quickly say that at the end of the game, when there's no more colours to come out and nobody's removed all of their colours from the board, it goes into a standoff. So what basically happened is all the players would count how many of their colour are left remaining on the board. So let's say the pink and the orange player were playing. and they both had 2 pieces left on the board. What would happen is you'd go over to their piles of doubles that they've collected and punched out during the game, and then they would count up their own colour. So in this case, pink has 3 of their own colour, and in this case, orange has 1 of their own colour. This means that the orange player is the winner because they've removed the least of their own colour from the board, which is kind of a hidden strategy to the game. Summing up for Colour Pop. Now, Colour Pop is a board game that everybody should buy for their friends who like Candy Crush or like light strategy games, like what this is. Well, it's not really strategy, sorry, but light abstract, that's the word. The component quality is very, very good. I don't have a problem with that. The rules are very clear. They've been written in 32 languages, including French and Dutch and Romanian and American. There is something which is missing from the rules. There are some variants in the rules. There's a 1-player variant where you basically just got to remove all the colours from the board, well, as many chips from the board as possible. But there is one slight thing which is not in the rules. For example, if the player is playing and they're removing, say for example, they're moving these pinks here, these 2 pinks. Okay, they do this and they do that and they go, I've pushed out the wrong colour. What do you do in that kind of circumstance? Not in the rules, there's nothing there. I just carry on. Sometimes, again, the chips get stuck so they don't fall because they're like half punched out, like so. But apart from that, the game is pretty solid. Components, lovely, simple gameplay. You can just play it anywhere, you can play it with anyone. There is some strategy, but there's also a lot of randomness as well in the game setup and in how other players interact with each other. You know, you're trying to force people to connect your colour together by putting other colours together, and they don't punch out the colours that you want them to punch out. So, all in all, not a bad game.
Thanks for watching our review today. For more information about board games, as well as the #1 board game audio podcast, check out Dicetower.com for reviews, interviews, and more. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.